hindi nila tutuparin yung kanilang naging commitment. What will
Well,
happen?
then I will send you to go there and demand compliance.
That's seriously.
There's no other way around except to give it to people who are salamat.
David Santos of CNN Philippines.
Kala ko taga Bulacan ang
Mayang gabi, Mayor. Mayor, before you left the other day, no, you emphasized the need. I mean, sa mga agenda na pag-uusapan niyo po was your concerns. I mean, the neighboring countries' concern about North Korea. Can you discuss?
Indeed.
Can you discuss?
yes,
Ano yung kamusta yung naging discussion nyo with the Prime Minister? Did you get to raise to him your proposal that somebody needs to reach out to the North Korean leader?
no, we just talked about the perils of a war, and all others were just incidentals. The main issue really is I said, miscalculation. Any of the countries involved, it's always a miscalculation, and how it would wreak havoc, not only in the neighboring countries, particularly China, Korea, and the neighboring peripheral countries around that country. We also were talking about what would be the wages of war, and how will it affect humanity. When you talk of nuclear bombs and nuclear weapons, there's no room for argument there. But one thing is sure, destruction. So, ganun lang ang ano namin.
Yung dialogue, yes, sir. Your proposal was more on trying to reach out to the North Korean leader, holding dialogues. Was the Prime Minister amenable to that?
Everybody, I said, the one thing maybe which is sorely lacking now is the communications. And so far as I'm concerned, I think it's only China who has that kind of competence to talk about these things, about I said, the costs of a nuclear blast.
My second question po, Mayor, a spokesman of the Japanese government said that you and Prime Minister Abe discussed the issues on the maritime security and freedom of navigation, including the South China Sea.
Correct. That has to be one of the countries that is really interested in the freedom of navigation, especially coming in from the Indian Ocean. You go that narrow strait there. And there's a lot of buildings there by China. And also some other countries are claiming some islands, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia. It could be really a messy thing. Not only in the Philippines, pati sila, because each and every country has a economic zone. And it is overlapping. Not only China claiming a majority of the area, but even dito sa atin, sa Malaysia, and Indonesia. But always, we can resolve it by just talking.
Anong concerns po ni Prime Minister, sir, considering that vis-a-vis with you've been pushing for warmer relations with China, ano po yung namang concerns po na nire-raise ni Prime
In the
Minister?
meantime that we are not really prepared just about anything except to talk, let us just talk. I cannot imagine myself getting involved in a violent and almost a suicide action. You can read all the legal treaties there, claiming this, claiming that. But the problem, I said, is I do not want to criticize the big powers now, because it was really of their own making. There has been sufficient time. We were shown all of and there was activity there, but nobody really well, once in a while, raise the hound. Now China is building, but her promises are peaceful. So in the meantime, I said, since there is no space to talk about a violent option, let us just continue. But China has put it on record that near the Pag-asa, where we also have our base there, the Scarborough Islands, China has committed to us not to build anything there. And I hope that they would honor that commitment to us. I hope and I pray. I do not want to create something here which is not good for us, for all of us.
So you're holding on to that.
Yes. Once I commit to you as a president of a sovereign state, what comes out of my mouth is what it is. And it's always a commitment with honor. Anything less than that, you lose the respect of. You probably would not have the time to, or anybody inviting us for a talk and discuss giving aid and assistance to the country.
Quickly lang, Mayor, if they do not hindi nila tutuparin yung kanilang naging commitment, what will happen?
Then I will send you to go there and demand compliance.
That's seriously.
This is the other way around, except to give it to people who are speculating. I am not speculating. I am using the gray matter between my ears. And I said, I have a plan. And someday, if I make it public, I hope you'll join me. But if your impatience suggests otherwise, then I can always take you in government and maybe clothe you with an envoy status and go there and argue. And ask him, what will you do to the Philippines if you reverse your decision to honor? It's not for me to say. It's them for that question should be answered by them. Not by me. Klaro na ako dito. Wala naman akong inagaw. Basta ito akin. Then near the Scarborough Show. That was about it. That was the fundamental issue at that time. Now that there's construction everywhere, well, I said for lack of space in time and whatever, I said, well, China is also helping us. So it's not because we are not ready to lose it, but because I said the reality is on the ground is far different. But there will be a time. And I assure you that I said during my term, na magtanong ako what is really in store for us all. I hope we will reach that stage. And China is a good listener. Okay?
Daghang salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the press. Thank you so much.
Oh, ano? Bakit? Meron ba dagdag? Sige, tanong kayo. Anybody who wants to... Oh, saan galing to?
Vina Araneta.
Hi, sir.
ABS, CBN.
Sabi ko nga. Good evening, Mr. President. Mr. President, last October 23, Mayor Sara Duterte launched Tapang at Malasakit Alliance to unite the Filipinos. Many are saying na pantapat daw po yun sa tindig Pilipinas, and many are speculating na nagpaparamdam na siya for 2019 elections. But of course, sabi niya she will run for Congress. But sa mga appearances niya lately, like in Malita, Davao Occidental, ang introduction sa kanya is the next president.
Wala ka pala niya. Storya wala niya.